I will allow him to pronounce because it has power behind it, and I do not want to take away from that. And he is going to lead our discussion on core identity. So welcome, Glen.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And Christina, thank you for inviting to this discussion. I feel privileged again, just for being thought of to come and make a contribution to this. I'm going to start by saying I am a man of many names. And my names are actually tied to the topic because they all are a part of my identity. What is core identity and why is it important? It's important because knowing who you are is the foundation of everything. Everything. When somebody says, how do I gain self-love? How can you love something that which you don't know? How can you love something when you don't even know what its purpose or value is? Knowledge of oneself, or knowledge of anything, gives you self-worth and self-value because you have to know what something is in order to know what its worth or what its value is. What it means, its contribution to anything or whatever it does. So for me, when I started reading books by Marcus Garvey, I read a book called A Message to the Black Man in America by Elijah Muhammad, and started reading other books called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and books like that. It started taking me down this journey. Who am I? And what value do I bring to my family, to myself? And so that journey led me studying African history, studying African culture. And I realized then that the naming ceremony, when in most West African cultures, when a baby is born, the naming ceremony, typically 7 days after a girl is born, 9 days after a male is born. And on that day, the whole family, the whole village comes out to find out what this baby's name is. And that baby's name is tied to their purpose. So those villages and their tradition had this way of finding out, why did God bring this child to our family? Why did God bring this child to our village? And it may say this child is here to be a healer or a midwife or a warrior or a farmer or a blacksmith or a herbalist or whatever, or a market woman or a market man who sells and have business. But when they find out what this kid's purpose is, that name is reflection of that purpose. You're a janitor at an elementary school, and it's your purpose to mentor people. So you are placed in a position that you may have to mentor kids. So I would definitely say, start asking yourself the question itself. Who am I? Begin there. That's always. And always remember, that answer is not going to come overnight. I'm still on this journey. It's not really a destination. That's literally going to be a journey you add on as you continue to grow, as you continue to experience, as you continue to understand yourself. Now, like I said, I have those basic components, but how I express those components change every year. It changes as I continue to grow in life. You know what I'm saying? So definitely ask yourself that question. Create an identity journal. Go get a journal for yourself and start journaling and break those 5 parts down. My spiritual identity, my tribal identity, ethnic identity, and personal identity. And start with them and start going down what you know as a